So let's get started. Yeah, today we are going to discuss about cloud computing introduction. Yeah, so this is DevOps plus AWS plus Linux batch. Okay, so today we are going to start cloud computing. Yeah, so new people join today only for AWS. Okay, so only for AWS also people can join, right? So if you want to learn AWS, DevOps, Linux, so yeah, you can continue. So new guys whoever joined only for AWS, for them today we have introduction, cloud computing introduction. Okay, yeah. So before going to start, let me introduce myself. Okay, so my name is Ram. I'm having 16 plus years of experience in IT. Last 8 years, I'm working on DevOps practices, and I'm working on multiple projects governed by the DevOps and cloud technologies. Fine? Yeah. Let's get started. So, introduction to cloud computing. So, what is cloud computing? Anyone? Anyone having idea? What is cloud computing? So, before going to this, anyone newly joined? Can you share your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat? So, my mobile number is 96422111711. This is my personal number. You can take down. So, anyone newly joined, please share your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat here. Go to meeting chat. So because I will share all the previous DevOps demo recordings and basics recordings. Fine. Okay. Fine. So what is cloud computing? So if anyone asks you this question, what would be your answer? So cloud computing and ANT. Fine. So this is the definition which, yeah, before going to that. So this is the agenda, today's agenda. What is cloud computing? Benefits of cloud computing. Types of cloud computing, types of cloud services, what is cost saving, what is data center, why the project teams are looking for cloud infrastructure, cloud market share, cloud market growth. Yeah, fine. Yeah, now let's try to understand what is cloud computing. Okay, see here, this is the definition which I collected from Google, right? So cloud computing, so it's a on-demand availability of computer system, resources, storage, and computing power without direct active management by the user. It's a on-demand availability of computer system, resources, storage, and computing power without direct active management by the user. What does it mean? What is on-demand? Anyone? Instantly, immediately, right? So on demand is nothing but, for example, if I want to have any server in cloud, so normally in real time projects, so physical servers, if you want to prepare one physical server, it takes more time, right? We need to place the order with vendor, Dell vendor, HP vendor, or other vendors, right? So they deliver server within 1 week or 10 days. After that, what we will do, we move to server room, data center. So after that, we configure the server, we install operating system, we install applications, patches, and all. So after that, finally move to production, right? So that is physical traditional systems. But cloud side, so whenever you require any server, that will be available within 1 minute, within a minute, right? Which is nothing but on demand. So on demand is nothing but, so whenever we require any servers or resources, that should be available immediately, instantly, which is nothing but on demand, right? Yeah. So let's say, let's try to understand. There is no cloud concept. There is no cloud concept. Okay. So all our infrastructure is hosted in our local server room, local data center. So when we have a local server room, when we have local servers, we can take full control of them, right? So whenever you want to start, stop, whenever you want to shut down, whenever you want to upgrade servers, we can take the full control of them, right? But however, with the introduction of cloud, everything has been changed now. Our local data center is, yeah, we are not using local data centers, right? Yeah. So no local data centers. Our infrastructure is hosted in our cloud vendors, cloud vendor data centers. So as a customer, as a user, what we are doing here, we are taking the resource from AWS data center or Azure data center. We use them. For that usage, we are paying the bills to vendors. Are you getting everyone? So earlier, we used to use our own data centers, own server rooms, right? So currently, we are not using like that. We are taking from AWS. So we are taking servers from AWS. For that servers, for that usage, we are paying the bills. For example, so if I use server from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., for that 9 hours only, I have to pay the bills, right? If I use 1 hour only daily, for 1 hour only, I have to pay the bills. It's kind of renting. It's kind of renting, right? So due to this, what will happen? If I use cloud servers, if I use cloud infrastructure, what will happen? What is the difference here? Cloud servers are on-demand servers, right? Normal servers are traditional one. So whenever you want to prepare any server, we need to get from vendors, Dell, HP. They deliver, we need to configure, we need to move to production. That takes more time, right? So when I use cloud servers, instantly, immediately I can create server. Here, time will be saved. Time will be saved, and also, so physical servers, if you want to buy any physical server, so minimum $6,000 the server costing. But when I use cloud servers, very less costing, very less costing, right? So one third cost will be saved when I use the cloud servers, because when I want to use the server, I can start the server. When I don't want to use the server, I can stop the server. So that what will happen? Costing will be saved here, right? So time will be saved, cost will be saved, right? So that is why every project team, they're migrating their applications to cloud infrastructure. So currently, so most of the project teams, they're planning to migrate their applications to cloud environment because of time saving, cost saving. Are you getting everyone? Clear, right, everyone? So what is cloud computing? You understand, right? So cloud computing is a on-demand availability of computer system, resources, storages, and computing power without direct active management by the user. We don't directly access servers. Virtually we can access. Cloud servers are virtual servers. What is virtual server? Anyone? What is virtual? Online guys. What is virtual? What is virtual server? You can chart here. You can chart here. Okay, I give you control, unmute control, unmute option I give you. Okay, so wait for some time, I give you. So because in middle, if I give, recording will be disturbed, right? So that is why I give time for asking questions in mic. Okay. Yeah, so virtual server is not a physical server. It's a imaginary server. It is server, but it is not a physical server, right? So virtual server, physical server functionality is same, both are same, but it is a imaginary server. Okay. Yeah, so in real-time projects, currently we are using cloud environment, cloud infrastructure. In cloud data center, we are creating virtual server, which is cloud server, AWS server. We are using the servers. So when we use the cloud server, it is on demand server, because for example, I'm working on some database server. So middle of the activity, the server is giving some performance issue. What I can do here, I want to increase resources. So I can log in into the AWS console. Simply I can log in into the AWS console like this. This is the AWS console. Okay. For example, I'm working on, I explain this console. So wait for some time. These are my servers. Currently I have in my consoles here. Docker server. Two servers are there. Jenkins server is there. So I'm working on, for example, Docker server. What is Docker? We already discussed in demo in DevOps basics. Okay, basic sessions happened, right? Yeah. So in Docker server, I'm working on Docker server. Middle of the activity, I'm getting performance issues, server performance issues. So without downtime, on the fly, I can increase RAM, I can increase CPU, I can increase storage by single click only, right? But whereas physical servers, if you want to upgrade the RAM, can you upgrade immediately? No, right? So we need to shut down the server first. We need to open the cabinet. We need to insert additional RAM modules, and we need to restart the server. That takes more time. So we don't do directly. Vendor should come, hardware vendor should come to replace that hard drive or RAM or processor. Normally in data centers, we will have access, but the RAM module required, right? Vendor will bring that RAM module, storage to increase the speed of the server. But whereas cloud servers, without without downtime, what is downtime? What is downtime? Anyone? Downtime is nothing but maintenance time, right? So we no need to shut down the servers. So on the fly, so server is in running state, on the fly we can increase the RAM, on the fly we increase the storage, processing speed, right? So which is nothing but on demand. So cloud servers are on demand servers. That is why, yeah, cost is reducing and time also reducing. That is why every project in they are migrating their applications to cloud servers. Clear, right, everyone? Fine. See here. So this is a data center. This is data center. Okay. Yeah. So earlier, 10 years back, 10 years back, 15 years back, right? So people used to, yeah. So one IT team member, they used to handle the entire data center. See here, one IT engineer, one IT engineer, local data center engineer, they used to handle the entire data center. So these are the racks. These are the racks. What is rack? Rack is a container. Instead of the container, we insert servers, right? We can connect power, network, right? And we can monitor the servers. So if any physical issue happened, we used to go into data center. We used to replace the drive. We used to replace the memory module. We used to replace the processor, radio controllers, whatever issues happen, right? Yeah. So this was the traditional model. This is the old fashion. But cloud data centers, AWS is maintaining this. But in our local office, we are not using physical server room because this is bit costlier. Why this is costlier? If you want to build data centers, right? If you want to configure servers in your local office room, very first thing we require server room, one room required, right? So we require central AC. Without AC, servers will not run, right? So desktops, laptops you can run without AC, but servers will not run without AC. Why it will not run? Because servers will have more computing power, high computing power, right? So multiple processors will be there, multiple memory modules will be there, multiple disks also, storage drives also available in the servers. That is why without AC, servers will not run. So if you enter into the data center, you can see that minus degrees of the temperature. So in our local data center, in our campus, we have one local data center, physical data center. When I went to the local data center, I used to take my jerkin, my jacket, because very chilled in data center. It's very chilled. In that temperature only, servers will run, right? Yeah, this is the old fashion. So currently we are not using physical data centers, local data centers. Very few servers we are using currently. So earlier, 10 years back, in our data center, we used to use 1500 servers 10 years back. So currently 30 servers are there, because most of the servers, most of the applications, we migrate to AWS, because time saving, cost saving, right? Yeah, client always look for the time saving, cost saving, right? Yeah, so this is the old model, traditional model. So currently we are using Amazon data centers, right? So this will be maintained by Amazon only, AWS only, right? Yeah, so in Amazon data center, they are using very high configuration devices to provide services to the customers, right? So when we host any applications, when we host any databases, when we host any resources in Amazon data center, so they are giving high availability, high security. They're giving very high availability, very high security. So because, for example, if I host any application in data center like AWS data center, like Flipkart, for example, Flipkart is running, right? We are using Flipkart, everyone accessing Flipkart, right? So Flipkart application hosted in the AWS data center, for example. So if they are unable to provide the security or availability, what will happen? For example, I'm trying to access Flipkart, but Flipkart is not accessible. What will happen here? Backend server is down in AWS data center. So what we will do? Okay, Flipkart is not good. We can move to other site, Amazon shopping site or Mintra, Misho. So many digital sites are there, right? So yeah, if the Flipkart is not available, the business will be impacted to the vendor, right? So Flipkart, they don't opt the cloud platform. That is why to avoid all these issues, AWS is giving high availability, high security. So if you want to access any application or any databases, how can we access? Through internet, right? So internet is the most vulnerable network. Most vulnerable. What is vulnerable? Dangerous network. That is why AWS is giving very high security, high availability to protect the customer data, to protect the customer applications. Right? Yeah. See here. For example, if I want to access my applications from my desktop or laptop, I can directly connect to the data center. Right? Yeah. So see here. So here, cloud computing at a glance, 5 essential characteristics are there, 3 service models, 4 deployment models. Let's go through this first. Okay. Yeah. 5 essential characteristics. First one is on demand. We know that it's a instantly. On demand is nothing but, yeah, we can create a resource. We can create whatever resources we required. We can create within a minute, right? Which is nothing but on demand. So what is broad network access here? Whatever resources we are accessing from AWS data center, we can access from anywhere, from our home, office, even from mobile also we can access, which is nothing but broad network access, right? So resource pooling, what is resource pooling? Anyone? Whatever resources we are using in cloud, those we can pull it up and we can reuse a number of times, right? So for example, I am using one server. Okay, so the server, I created one server and hand over to project team. Normally, in real-time projects, as a cloud engineer, what we will do, we get tickets, requests, developers, testers, project team, there is the tickets. As per the request, as per the ticket, we have to create the servers and resources, and we can hand over to project team. So once we hand over the server to project team, they start working on the server. They develop the code, they develop the applications. Once that project is completed, again they ask us to delete the servers, because once project is completed, if they hold the server, some charges will be applied, right? That is why, so once project is completed, they ask us to terminate the server. By the time we have to terminate the server, terminate means delete. Okay. So while terminating the server, we have to terminate the server, but we need to hold the storage, whatever storage is available on the server. In that storage, project data will be available. That storage they can reuse whenever they need it. We need to provide the data, right? So which is nothing but a resource pooling. So whatever resources we are creating, that we can pull it up and we can reuse a number of times. Okay. So next one is rapid elasticity. Whatever resources we are using in cloud, those are elasticity. We can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources by single click whenever needed, right? So measured services. What is measured service? Whatever servers or whatever databases or whatever devices we are using in cloud, those we can use. For that usage, we have to pay the bills. Like for example, I'm using one server from daily 1 hour, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. For that 1 hour only, I have to pay the bill, right? So for 9 to 6 p.m., 9 hours, I'm using server. For that 9 hours only, I have to pay the bills, which is nothing but measured service. How many hours you are using, for that usage, we have to pay the bills, which is nothing but measured service. Like gas bills, electricity bills, we pay, right? Gas bills, electricity bills. Same way, in cloud servers also, in cloud data center also, whatever resources we are creating, those we can use for that uses, we have to pay the bills, which is nothing but measured service. Clear, right, everyone? In this slide, any questions, anyone? In this slide, any questions, anyone? So if you have any questions, if you want to talk in the mic, so just hold on for a few minutes. I'll give you access. Rapid elasticity. What is this rapid elasticity? Okay. Yeah. So rapid elasticity is nothing but so whatever resources we are using in cloud, those are elasticity. We can increase or we can decrease by single click rapidly. Okay. Solution architect. Yes. So this is including solution architect and DevOps. So in DevOps, so actually this is DevOps plus AWS plus Linux. So today we are going to start AWS. Okay, we have started AWS. So this is solution architect course. Once AWS is completed, DevOps will be started. So because people are asking only AWS, that is why we invited separately also AWS people also in this batch. You understanding, right, everyone? So this is a AWS plus DevOps plus Linux. In AWS, Linux also will be covered, but DevOps will not be covered. Okay. Once complete the AWS, we'll jump into DevOps. Fine. Next one is see here. Cloud service models. Three service models are available. In cloud, we have three service models, which are like IaaS, infrastructure as a service, PaaS, platform as a service, software as a service. Three service models are available, right? What is infrastructure as a service? So we create infrastructure. On top of that, we deploy Kubernetes, we deploy Jenkins, we deploy Java, we deploy Python, whatever we require, right? So second one, platform as a service. What is this? Yeah. So in AWS console, when I log into the console, I can directly access the Kubernetes, for example. This is my AWS console. So I created one server. On top of that, I deployed Docker server, Docker application. Docker is the DevOps tool. I created one server. On top of that, I deployed Jenkins. That is infrastructure as a service. What is platform as a service? For example, I need Kubernetes. I can search here EKS in AWS. So Kubernetes is already available. So if you want to create a server, on top of that Kubernetes, if you want to install, you can install. That is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So platform as a service means platform already available that we can connect and we can use, right? Yeah. Next one, third one is software as a service. What is this? This is mainly for end users, reusability, like Amazon shopping site, right? And OneDrive, Google Drive, right? So these are all comes under SaaS. Fine. Next one, deployment models. We have four deployment models are available. So private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, and public cloud. Yeah. Yes. So private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, and public cloud. So what is private cloud? So private cloud is nothing but on-premises cloud, local server room cloud. Okay, local server room. Fine. Yeah. So in local server room, we can deploy VMware, for example, VMware or Citrix or hypervisor. These are all comes under private cloud, our own cloud, own local data center cloud. Okay. So next one is public cloud. Public cloud is a AWS cloud, Azure cloud, Google cloud. That is public cloud. So second one is hybrid cloud. This is very very important. So what is hybrid cloud? Both combination of public and private. So currently people are going to office for 3 days. They're working from home 2 days. That is hybrid model, right? Same way. So hybrid cloud is nothing but private and public both are available in the hybrid. So currently banking. So for example, HDFC Bank, they are using hybrid cloud. They are hosting their databases to local server, local server room, local private cloud. because yeah, so bank accounts are very critical data. Bank accounts, critical data, right? Employee data, critical data. So the data they want to host into their local server room. So cloud is AWS is 100% secure since 2012. I'm in cloud platform, so I haven't seen single security concern so far. Cloud is AWS is very secure, but still people are not believing cloud, right? So HDFC Bank, they host their banking accounts in their local cloud. They host websites in public cloud, like net banking website, credit card websites. They host in the public cloud. So hybrid cloud is nothing but it is a combination of private and public cloud. Okay. So next one is fourth one, which is a community cloud. This is government cloud, defense cloud. This is high security cloud. Okay. Yeah. Next one, see here. AWS regions, availability zones, and edge locations. So these are the so here see here. These are the orange color. These are all regions available. These are all regions across the globe. These are the regions available, right? What is region anyone? What is region? Sorry, region is a geographical location, right? So region we can call it as a data center. Data center. What is data center? Server room. Simply you can say server room where we hold all the servers, right? So availability zone. What is availability zone? Availability zone also a data center. I explained that. Edge location. What is edge location? Edge location also a data center. Okay. So what is the difference here? I'll show you now. Okay. I give you a small example here. For example, develops regions, zones, and edge locations. Zones you can say availability zones. Right? Let's try to understand here. For example, this is my region. This is my Mumbai region. So region is a, we can say region is a data center, right? It is a data center. And so this is the main data center in Mumbai, in India. This is the main data center, right? So under this main data center, we have availability zones. These are availability zones, right? So what is availability zone? What is the use of availability zone? Let's try to understand. Availability zone 2A and 2B and 2C. Okay. Yeah. So for example, this is Hyderabad availability zone. This is Bangalore. This is Chennai. Okay. Yeah. So every region will have availability zones. Okay. So in India we have four or near five availability zones. So I'm showing three zones only, but under Mumbai region we have five availability zones are there. So what is availability zone? What are the use of availability zone? Let's try to understand. So availability zone also a data center we discussed, right? So these data centers we can say these are the DR data centers. What is DR data center? Anyone? What is DR data center? Real time guys. What is DR? Disaster recovery data centers. Yes. Yeah, these are the disaster recovery data centers. Fine. So under this Mumbai region, we have availability zones. These zones are data centers. These are the DR data centers, disaster recovery data centers. Right. So yeah, what are the use of this data centers? Okay. So in 2016, major floods happened in Chennai. Major floods happened in Chennai. So by the time, most of the IT area affected, most of the IT companies shut down, right? So because water came into offices, IT area, right? So by the time, no electricity, no diesel to run the generators, no drinking water also. Most of the companies shut down. So by the time, our data center also shut down, our availability zone also shut down. Chennai availability zone, right? So if the data center is shut down, AWS data center, what will happen? Whatever applications are running on this data center, whatever databases are running on this data center, whatever servers are running on these data centers, everything will be down, right? In the Chennai data center. So if the data center is down, applications are down, what will happen? Business will be impacted. Client business will be impacted, right? So yeah. So 2016 that was happened. In 2016 that was happened. Fine. So if the data center is completely shut down, client business will be impacted, right? So to avoid that, this data centers will help you, right? So because here these data centers globally accessible, right? So whatever data we are storing on the Chennai data center, right? Every 2 minutes, the data will be replicated to the Hyderabad data center, right? So from Hyderabad data center, it will replicate to the Bangalore. From Bangalore, it will replicate to the Chennai. So if you store any data on Chennai, that will replicate to the other availability zones, right? So this Chennai is down, this Chennai is down, application will not be down anywhere. The applications will be accessible from Hyderabad or Bangalore, right? So AWS is providing high availability and high security. We discussed already, right? So high availability means whatever applications we are hosting on the data center, that should be available 24 by 7. In case one availability zone is down, application should not be down. That level of availability provided by AWS. That is why AWS is in first place. 33% of the market share they occupied. So even Azure also providing high availability. Google Cloud also providing. But AWS is in first place because of they're giving very good high availability, very good security. Right? So when they want to build this availability zones, what they will check? They check 100 years of historical data. If they are, if any floods, major floods are happening, any earthquakes are happening frequently, any terror attacks are happening frequently, they check all these considerations, right? So in 2017, they planned one data center in Vizag, right? So Hudud happened, right, in Vizag. So major disaster happened in Vizag. So by the time, they check the history, they move to Kolkata, right? So in Hyderabad, we have one data center, availability zone. So yeah, in the high tech city area, behind TCS, one more availability zone is building. They are configuring now in Gachibowli. So Hyderabad is the best place for data centers. So here no floods, no major earthquakes, right? No major terror attacks, right? So Hyderabad is the best place for data centers. So second data center is building. They are configuring here. Fine. Yeah. So this one availability zone is down, other availability zone will take care of the resources, right? So even though in case entire region is down, entire region, the Mumbai region is down, that will impact to the zones also. So in case entire Mumbai is down, our data will be accessible from nearby edge location. Nearby edge location. So edge location is nearby is Singapore. India nearby edge location is Singapore, right? So that backup mechanism is available in the AWS. See here. So here, so this is the Ohio region. Ohio. This is the Ohio data center. which is US East Ohio. So for example, our data center is Mumbai region. In case Mumbai is down, nearby edge location is Singapore. Our data will be accessible from Singapore location. So a few months back, this North California was down. North California data center was down. By the time entire data accessed from North Virginia. Okay. So whatever data we are hosting on the cloud data center, whatever servers we are hosting on the cloud data centers, those will be applications or servers that should be available 24 by 7, right? That will be available. That level of security will be provided by that level of security is provided by AWS. So that is why AWS is in first place. So most of the project teams, most of the companies, they are using AWS. AWS is very popular, right? So if you understand AWS, you can easily understand Azure, Google Cloud also. If you are good in AWS, you can easily handle other platforms also, Azure, Google Cloud, right? So AWS is the leader in the market. AWS is in first place. Fine. Any questions up to here? Anyone having any questions? Yeah. So this regions availability zones will be taken care by AWS only. As a cloud engineer, as a DevOps engineer, no need to configure anything. Okay. So instead of this availability zone, we create VPC. We create one VPC that will be taken care by cloud engineers. VPC, virtual private cloud. That is networking part. So while working on AWS, I'll show you. Right. So instead of this VPC, we create subnets. What is subnet? Anyone? Subnet, small network, right? Subnetwork. This, yeah, VPC subnets. Instead of the subnets, we create servers. This will be taken care by DevOps engineers and cloud engineers. Okay, yeah. So regions availability zones will be taken care by AWS. So VPC and subnets and servers will be taken care by cloud engineer and DevOps. Why I'm saying cloud engineer and DevOps engineer? Cloud engineer, DevOps engineer. These are the two roles, right? So cloud engineer will maintain the infrastructure, cloud infrastructure. DevOps engineer will maintain the automation activities. So whatever activities we are doing manually, those we can do in automated way, right? But in real-time projects, if the organization is MNC company or big organization, the roles will be divided. If the company is small company, startup company, so we have to take care of, we have to handle both cloud as well as DevOps. So in our project, we divide the roles. We divided the roles. AWS engineer will work on AWS only. DevOps engineer will work on DevOps only. Right? So DevOps tools also be segregated. Kubernetes engineer will work on Kubernetes. Jenkins engineer will work on Jenkins only. Like that. But small companies, startup companies, yeah. So only one engineer will be there, not one engineer. 4 5 people will be there. But everyone should handle all the tools. All the tools, cloud platform also. Okay. Fine. Now let us go back to regions, availability zones, and edge locations. So region is the main data center. Availability zone is the under main data center. Yeah, that is the DR data center. Availability zone, right? So edge location nearby data center. Fine. Yeah, this will go deep dive. Practically, we'll see this. Practically, we create the resources. Practically, we'll work on this, not theoretically. Okay. Yeah. Next one. See here. Every region will have minimum three to four availability zones are there. Every region will have minimum 3 to 4 availability zones. So region is the main data center, availability zone is the DR data center, right? So even entire region also down, we can access our data from nearby edge location. Fine. Is Mr. Jeff Bezos, who invented AWS cloud. Okay, in 2002, yeah. So AWS was born. So by the time they started selling books, they started using cloud platform for their infrastructure, right? Initially they build the cloud platform for their infrastructure, their own business. Okay, slowly they started giving services to the other companies. So currently is the leader in the market. Okay, so if you search world richest man in Google, is in second place. Okay, so who invented this AWS, Amazon Web Services? Fine. So these are the topmost clouds: Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform. So Amazon Web Services is in first place, Azure is in second place, Google is in third place. So currently Google is investing more on Google Cloud. They are planning to come. They are trying to come to second place, Google Cloud. Okay, yeah. So these are the quadrants. In last quadrant, so AWS is in first place, Microsoft Azure is in second place, Google is in third place. These are the small players: Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud. So 26 more clouds are there in the market. 26 more clouds are there in the market, right? See here, these are the cloud computing providers. Different providers are available in the market. So cloud market share. See here, so AWS occupied 33% of the market share. AWS occupied 33% of the market share. So Azure occupied 18%. So Google occupied 9%. Alibaba Cloud occupied 6%. IBM occupied 5%. Yeah, Salesforce occupied 3%. Yeah, Tencent occupied 2%. Oracle occupied 2%. Yeah, other clouds also there. Still, we have other clouds also. Nearly 26 more clouds are there. Other clouds occupied other 22%. So AWS is the leader. So most of the companies they are using AWS. See here, this is very important, right? Yeah. So cloud computing market growth, cloud computing market growth, right? So 2020 to 2030, the market growth. So from 2022, yeah, 2023, market growth is like this, right? So coming 15 to 20 years minimum, the market growth would be like this one. Coming 15 to 20 years, market growth would be like this only. Since 2012 I'm seeing cloud platform, so every year it is growing like this. So companies are growing, companies are increasing, projects are increasing, so jobs are also increasing. Okay, the market growth is like this. So coming 15 to 20 years, AWS and DevOps growth would be like this only. Not only cloud, AWS also same, like DevOps also same growth is available. Okay, so here see here, US market CAGR, compound annual growth rate, 2020 to 2030, 14.8%. Okay, yeah. So this is the growth of the cloud computing market. Clear, right? So any questions up to here? Anyone? Anyone having any questions? So you can open up. So once we discuss about questions, after that I'll show you AWS course content. Someone asking what is meant by DevOps. I provide you DevOps introduction demo. You can go through that. So DevOps is a combination of development and operations. So DevOps engineers will not do any development. DevOps engineer will coordinate with the developers and operations team. Okay. So DevOps role is automation role. How many days for AWS? So 40 days. AWS is 40 days. Shell scripting also will be covered. Yes. So we provide you Azure videos, Azure and Google Cloud videos. We provide you infrastructure videos. You can go through that. If you understand AWS, you can easily understand Azure also. So AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, these are all same functionality, right? So terminology would be little different. Terminology would be little different. So Azure and Google Cloud videos I provide you. So infrastructure videos. If you go through that, you will understand easily because, yeah, we'll go deep dive on AWS, right? Every service will go deep dive in AWS. You can easily understand Azure and Google Cloud also. How can we know which data centers comes under which city? That I explain. That I explain in the sessions. Okay. So you need to wait for some time. AWS course is 40 days. So I gave you unmute option. If you have any questions, you can ask in the mic.
Uh, Hello,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
Yeah, so when we are covering this AWS course content, right? So we will have some services like code commit, Kinesis, like DevOps related services, correct? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. I'll show you course content. Just wait for a minute.
So without going through the basics of like containers and Git, will we be able to understand those concepts? I'm just trying to understand.
Here, this is the AWS course content. This is the completely AWS course content. You can see here. See here. So cloud computing introduction. So introduction. Yeah. See here. These are the introduction concepts and Amazon Web Services. Free tier account creation, certifications. What are the certifications are available? VM creation, AWS service creation, right? Yeah, here Elastic Compute Cloud EC2 is the first service. Okay, so in EC2 will go all these concepts. Regions, availability zones also will go deep dive. AMI concepts are very important. We go deep dive. EC2 instances. Next one, block storage types. Six storages will be covered. In our course, six type of storages will be covered. So first one is Elastic Block Store, ELB, Elastic Load Balancer concepts, auto scaling. Can you mute for a minute? Can you mute for a minute? So VPC we discussed right today, virtual private cloud. Inside of the availability zone, we create VPC subnets, right? So VPC will go deep dive. VPC is very very important concepts. VPC is very important concept. Will go deep dive. Network and security will go deep dive. So see here, Amazon Route 53, relational database service, security identity. So this is a IAM, identity access management. So here, CloudWatch monitoring tool, Cloud Formation infrastructure automation tool, Amazon S3 simple storage service, one of the storage service, simple email service SES, Amazon simple queue service, Lambda service, AWS Lambda service, simple notification service, AWS backups, different strategies will be there in backup, daily backups, weekly backups, monthly backups, on-demand backups, right? So we'll go deep dive. Elastic Beanstalk, one of the core service, right? So these are all services will be covered. We'll go deep dive. See here, along with this, Linux will be covered, shell scripting also will be covered. This is course content, AWS content, only AWS content, right? This is full AWS content. Now we can ask question. So DevOps content is different. Only AWS content is different. In DevOps, we have DevOps tools like Git, Jenkins, Maven, Jenkins, Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, Terraform, Grafana, ELK Stack. Different tools are there in the DevOps content, right? Those are DevOps tools, automation tools. Go ahead, please now. So AWS will
Uh,
take 40 days. 40 days. Monday to
will we have
Friday.
any projects? Will we have any
Yes,
like any
project will be
hands-on
covered.
project for this?
Yes,
Okay.
hands-on project will be covered. Yes, in AWS. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So what are the different roles that we have in the So, can you please provide this PDF as well? Solution architect? Is there any other roles where Course content?
Other roles you are asking, right?
Yeah.
AWS is infrastructure roles, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Our role is creating infrastructure, maintaining the infrastructure
Yeah.
in AWS. It's kind of admin,
Admin.
right? Yeah, in DevOps we do the automation, right?
As a solution architect, what we will learn?
Solution architect, yes, this is a content, right? Solution architect content. These are all the roles, solution architect roles. Nearly 30 services will be covered.
Okay.
Nearly 30 services. Yeah, something you're asking.
Any prerequisites for this?
No prerequisites because Linux required. Linux also will be covered in our sessions. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, please. Please.
Yes.
Can
Can you
you,
please provide this PDF?
can you speak a bit louder?
Yeah. Can you please provide this PDF, the course
Yeah,
content
yeah, I
PDF?
provide. Definitely, I
And
provide you.
yeah, and moreover, yesterday's PPT as well. So we didn't receive exactly the PDF format. You said you'll be providing in the
Your
format.
voice is not audible. Your voice is humming is coming here. You can speak properly. You can remove the earphones or headset. You can speak properly.
Yeah, am I audible now?
No, it is humming. Still humming.
Okay.
I provide you course content and recording session also. Don't worry. Any other questions, anyone? Any other questions, anyone?
Providing any materials like manuals, lab manuals, and presentation manuals.
I provide you soft copy. I provide you soft copy of the material. Okay. So you get recording session along with that soft copy. That is enough to you, right? So you need to take down all the steps, running notes. You need to take down. Okay. You need to practice daily basis. Yeah. DevOps it will take 1.5 month. 1.5 month. More than 1.5 month it will take. DevOps. Nearly it's take 2 months. DevOps. AWS will take nearly 40 to 45 days, nearly, right? So it's a total three months, 10 days it will take. DevOps plus AWS plus Linux. 3 months 3 months, 10 days maximum. Sometimes weekends also will be covered. Our sessions would be Monday to Friday only. Live session 1 hour, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Sometimes I'll take weekends also. So you can take down my number if you have any more questions. You can reach out to me. My mobile number already provided 96422111711. So if anyone newly joined today, you can provide your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat so that we'll provide you previous demo recordings, DevOps recordings, and other documentation.
Yeah, hi sir. Am I audible now?
Yeah, now it is fine. Now it is fine.
Yes, sorry. Yes. So regarding the yesterday's demo as well. So you said you'll be providing the PDF format.
Yeah, I provide
So,
you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
provide.
So we haven't received. So that is the reason I'm asking.
Yeah, today I provide. Yes, today I
Yep,
provide.
yep. Okay
So
then.
all the
Okay.
documentation we can upload into Google Classroom also. So once Monday onwards we provide you access on Google Classroom, so that you can get the recordings from Google Classroom. You can get the documents from Google Classroom. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, okay. Yep. Thank you.
Sir, when should we be ready with the laptop with the configuration which you have mentioned?
Yeah, from tomorrow onwards, laptop should be ready. Tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow we are going to create AWS account. We start working on the AWS account from tomorrow onwards. So everyone should
Okay.
yeah, prepare your laptop, and you require laptop and internet connectivity. That's it. You no need to install any packages in our local laptop. We can create account AWS account. We can connect to the account. We can work on AWS account only. AWS cloud, right? No need to install any packages in our local laptop. So configuration, laptop configuration, minimum 8 GB RAM should be. You can any i3 or i5, minimum 8 GB memory required here. Because if you have 4 GB, you can upgrade. So just 4 GB extra, right? So minimum 8 GB required. Fine. Yeah. So we can wind up here. If you have any more questions, you can reach out to me in the WhatsApp, or you can call me after 10:30, so that we'll discuss. Fine. So people who have not registered so far, you can register today itself and add into WhatsApp group. So already 38 people registered, 38 people in WhatsApp group. We have already WhatsApp group is there. Our batch is 80. Batch number is 80, right? Yeah, in the 80 at the batch, already 38 people registered. So yeah, this is our batch. 32 people registered already. Okay. So if you are interested, you can register today itself. Okay. Yeah. So tomorrow maybe link will be changed. Okay. Tomorrow, mostly tomorrow link will be changed. Okay. Fine. So we can wind up here. Yeah. If you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.